You gotta be cheating me. Uh, let's see. I need the sheet. Give me the sheets. Give to me the sheets. Okay, so now I can throw a storage down. Whoa, I'm moving super fast though. To feed these out of this thing, that way we keep these moving while we're away. Keep it moving, baby. Logisticals. This is fine. These are moving relatively slow. Slow? Oh my god, I'm dying. I say slow, but we only need 50 and we got 26. We're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Which is fan-freaking-tastic, actually. Oh. The drop? Oh, but that also means we're not making enough. These crystal oscillators to get us to this point. If our machine is sucking them up. But aeronautical engineering is about to get unlocked, which is good. Because then we got drones, drone port. Assembly director system? I don't know what the hell this is. Extremely fast and precise computing system specifically designed to direct the project assembly phase. Interesting. Oh, and this would have given us this recipe anyway. Battery, sulfuric acid. I'm interested in drones though. I'd like to see what that does. The other thing I would like to do is also get the train moving to my fuel station so I can bring some fuel back here. Or something. Bring some oil so I can process it over here. Anything. I'm gonna run out of jetpack fuel again. And we got a ton of it sitting over there. No shortage. But okay. Maybe we should go grab some now. While we're waiting for this thing to craft. The other half of those, the things. The other half of the 50. Let's just go grab like stacks of fuel and bring it back. Yeet! Because I also don't know, even if we were to put a train down, I don't even know where I'd put it at this point. Like, we got a ton of stuff condensed in that little square. Adding more is going to add to the chaos. But if we are going to go on a slug journey, we need jetpack fuel. Oh my god. I have been yeeted. Also, I mean, if we can... I don't know if we should touch the uranium yet. Since we can't really process any of it. And then I imagine if we have it in our pocket and we don't have the suit on. Actually, that is what happened. Now that I remember. When I touched uranium the first time, I didn't have a suit. I had it in my pocket and I was still dying. So I would need to be able to bring it somewhere. In a non-manual way, for sure. Otherwise, I'm gonna run with it with my suit on the whole time. Also, if I get a train out here, I can remove this stinking tube. If I wanted to. I guess this would be another way to get back out here rather than wait for the train. The train is fast though. The train is super fast. And maybe that's what we should do out here. Start kind of looking. I mean, we could certainly put the train like dead center. Dead center in between all of the in between the water, because we have this station, we have this little station here, we got one there, and we have one there. If we put a train dead in the middle across this water, we could put stations across all of them, feed the stuff into the stations, and then park it, yeet back. That's got some potential. What's power looking like also? I haven't been back here for a bit. What are we making? We're only making 3,000. We're only making 3,000. What happened? We were almost at 4,000 at one point, right? What has happened? What has happened while I was away? I know this machine was making stuff. You should still be moving, right? Oh, you're out of the oil. That's why these things have been halted. No power. No power. No power? I don't think power's the issue. What do you mean no power? Hold on. Hold on. This is all connected to this. Have mistakes been made? That's green. Somebody's clearly getting power out here. Machines are moving. I'm a little confused. Why you say no power? Why you say no power? Give me my fuel canisters right here. Oh baby. Oh baby. Just gonna take it all. Because if this is powered, and this is connected to said power, which it is, we might have a bottleneck somewhere. That's gotta be why. And these were feeding into here, otherwise feeding into there because they were being split and yeeted. They were not. I never said it. Okay. I think we solved that problem, question mark. Are these just not connected? No, because they're connected back here. They definitely are connected to power. Like, there's power coming off of this thing. There's power coming off of this. Don't tell me there's no power. Stored charge. No power. So when there's not enough fuel, it decides, okay, no power. It's not a no power thing, it's a no fuel thing. Okay, that makes more sense. Don't you lie to me, game. Don't you lie to me, game. So this is processing that. And it looks like we're just not going through enough crude oil to make the stuff that this thing needs to get the fuel. I mean, we do have this maxed the hell out, right? I got no space for this. What don't we need? I mean, I got a ton of fuel. I'm gonna get rid of these. Oh wait, it's catching up now. It looked like. Hold on. Continue. Proceed. It just took a minute. I think. Maybe. Honestly surprised we didn't lose power along the way. Yeah, it looks like we're back in action. Okay. Don't scare me like that. It's because I wasn't outputting the dang rubber. Okay. This is where we should have been. Possibly even further than that. I don't know where our other fuel thing is. But either way, we got 600 more. We got 600 more. It's enough to keep us afloat. I believe. I just saw 32. Bro, don't start maxing out on me now with the efficiency. Now's not the time. I mean, alternatively, we can probably add more power things. Well, this is using up almost all of this. We would need more processing here to handle that, which we need upgrades for. Okay, so on and so forth. We know how this goes. I need. That's the operative word here. I need. And I think actually, hold on, because these are. Oh no, these are 600 pipes. That's definitely not the issue. Yeah, so this has as much as it can do. We're processing 45 per minute, making 30 per minute. 30 heavy oil residue per minute, which is 90, which is roughly 50 being used. We can potentially throw another one of these down, but okay, let's. For what we have here, this is gonna hold us for a bit. Without, as long as we don't start throwing more machines down and getting more efficiency, we'll be fine. Also, I could probably tap into this pipe here. Well, this isn't really the, well, it's kind of way out there at this point. But the further we go down and adding more of these, we could definitely consider tapping into it. These are all maxed out too. Okay, cool. And the stuff is moving. I think we're still making fuel, right? Slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. Because this is making plastic. Or empty canisters. You're making plastic. You're idle. Because the heavy oil residue is just floating in there. Okay. So it's actually not. It's actually not. So we need to take this heavy oil residue and do something with it. Something needs to be done to keep this moving. Heavy oil residue. Which I think is making... So we would need to look at this. Heavy oil residue. That makes rubber. What do we do with heavy oil residue? Straight into fuel. Okay, well that kind of answers that. Can we make another one of these? Do we have the ways and means? We do. And this would essentially just need to be tied back into this pipe here. So I mean, technically, we feed in from the back, feed out from this side, and we're back in action. Can I tap into that? I'm encroaching. I'm encroaching, so I kind of want to move something here. This is kind of in my way. And by kind of, I mean very much so. I don't really know where to put it. I guess we can move it further down the line here. And just meet it up. Smart split it in such a way that allows me to feed it into this thing. I think that'll work. Maybe. It's still looking kind of close to that other pipe. Yeah, this is going to be in the way. You rascally rabbit. I mean, alternatively, I could just put it on this side. And then feed it up. Which also works. Matter of fact, that's a much better idea. Oh, I guess I needed that still. But here we are. Here we are. We can get this down. This was an unplanned event. But a necessary. A very necessary one. We need the, I believe, was it the assembler? Constructor. This would go in. I don't think that's going to feed directly into it, but empty canister, plastic. Very nice. And this happens to do a thing that we so desire in such a way that works. Is this line straight? Of course, we're gonna have to feed the other thing, which is gonna be another task. But I think we can do it. Okay, so this is getting the plastic. It's making the stuff. We just need to feed it back up to the top. Correct? Yep. What's this bottom one for? What's this bottom one for? Oh, that was using the... That was using the thing, actually. We can clean this up, which is also nice. And just use this as a... as a storage thing. Oh, this is turning into a thing. What have we done? I got way too much stuff in my pocket right now. Okay. Then I can get rid of this. Give me this, right? That's the output? Yes. That's way too close. There's no way we're gonna get a curve out of that. That, yes. There we go. So now we just need to feed it straight in, which is ideal. Booyah. Empty containers go into this thing. This thing then fills the fuel, which then also gets yeeted back into this. You love to see it. I certainly love to see it. Just add a couple stacks of that back in there while we're decompiling stuff. So now I need this to potentially feed the pipe. What are we doing? Encroaching? No, we're not. This should get me there, I hope. Is that lined up? Lined up beautifully. Okay, now we make fuel, which then feeds back into those things and everything else. Okay. Saved? I mean, we still need to feed this into this. But it can be done. Hello? 1, 2. I don't know if that's right, but it should get us there potentially. Oh, I have no idea where we're at now. I think right here. 1, 2. That's also much higher than this one is. Am I tripping? Maybe I didn't do a double click. Okay, so that feeds that. This just, I mean, we could ideally pinch it as tight as we can. And then my favorite piece of the game, the junction. And then the pipe, which should then feed heavy oil residue once we put power on it, which then gives us fuel, so on and so forth. The cycle continues, which then feeds back into here, which we have a fuel buffer. So if we can slam another one of these down, that would be fantastic. We cannot, so that's unfortunate. What are we missing? Quick wire. Okay. But I mean, these are gonna continuously burn fuel. So ideally, these machines would keep running without getting backed up too much. Could slam another fuel storage thing down. Is that crazy? I mean, not really. Honestly, we can have a ton of storage, but we don't really need it. We don't need it. Okay, so this has been fixed. This has been fixed. And we're making more fuel, which is good. Okay, cool. You love to see it. Did I have an upgrade in here? I don't have one in my pocket, so I guess not. No, I didn't. Oh, so once this gets backed up anyway, it'll get yeeted right back into the ticket machine, so we're good. Not worried about it. Mission accomplished. And our machines are running beautifully still. Take me back home, please. And I think I need to start thinking about how we're gonna do that train. back at base, because this would give me fuel, potentially oil. Maybe we should bring the liquids, just the raw liquids. But we can bring rubber, plastic, rubber, plastic, oil, fuel. Maybe we just bring the main component back, which is the oil. It's being processed already though, so that kind of complicates the planning of how I want to do this. I'd have to tear some stuff down if we were to move all of that stuff back at base and expand our main base of operations to kind of start utilizing some of those fluids. We could get rid of the tractor that's going back and forth. Oh, also there's coal over there? Oh no, that's just being crafted. That's the byproduct. That petroleum coke coal or whatever the hell it's called. I gotta think about how the hell I'm gonna do that. I mean, and essentially we can run the other train stop there. Oh, but we can't make it up that little hill. To get the quartz, while it's there, we can get rid of that other tractor, maybe? To clean that path up, then we can build where that thing is at. The path. We don't have to worry about the freaking trucks running into each other. Crazy video coming out of Zhang. What is that? Zhangzhou, China? Or Shangzhou? City where they make all the iPhones. Over 25 inches of rain in one day. What is up with all the rain that's happening? Over a year's average rainfall in one day. Jeez, yeah, where did you words and stuff? Wasn't it Germany or Germany and another place that you were saying had a bunch of other rain? I saw that video you sent. They're just like washed through some old town looking area. This freaking rain is out of control, and the rain here has actually stopped. It was like a daily occurrence, and now we haven't seen any in a bit. Weather is changing. Okay, so that gave me 100 of those. What did I need those for? A supercomputer? Look at these conveyor belts make me sad. Okay, so we got the fuel just in time to get these. I actually have a ton of stuff on me. I can't do anything. I can't grab it. I'm gonna make one just for fuel. Yeah, Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Yeah, that's right. The Netherlands. It's freaking crazy. Consumerism has to end for the sake of humanity and the planet. Yeah, it's freaking wild, man. So much stuff is changing. Like, how could you... Don't be blind. It is happening. Clearly. I was actually reading, I don't remember if this was a conversation we were having on stream or not, but it might have been related because we were talking about floods and stuff at some point. I was reading about where Florida... Oh, I think it was flooding in New York. Oh yeah, it was New York that made me think of this. And the subway was flooded. We were talking about this. But But it made me think, like, I thought I always had the idea in my mind that New York was way above sea level. Get this launched. And that flooding was never a problem.
Of resources is now possible with the use of drones, ideal for shipping across long distances or difficult terrain. Ensure the presence of batteries at drone ports for optimal results. A new project part
batteries.
Progress to the next phase.
Oh baby. But then I looked it up to see where they were in terms of sea level, and they're way lower than I thought. I don't remember their highest point. Oh man, now that I'm thinking of it, I can't remember. But it was their lowest point was comparable to Florida, which blew my mind because I think our lowest point is like 400 feet above sea level, which is really low. And theirs might have been like 5 or 6. Like it wasn't far from us, which makes sense now as to why they flooded. That shit's crazy though. And it's crazy to think like how close to the how close to sea level I currently live. A little scurry. Yeah, the one at NYU linked. Yeah, right. The woman was swimming through that gross water in the subway. Yeah. Oh, and I saw another picture of there was flooding, and it was at one of those electric car not fueling stations, but like where you re-up on your power and you plug in. That was underwater? Like, how safe is that? NY and Miami would be the first 2 cities to go in the event of sea levels rise. Miami is spending billions to guard against it, but DeSantis would never admit because he has to deny climate change because he's a Trumpist sycophant. Gotcha. Yeah, there's a bunch of weird people that believe weird things in the world. Why? I don't know. It's just how they're built different. They're just built different. I need to get to this. Once we get to this, we can get better recipes and think about rebuilding and restructuring some of this stuff. We also have the water we can potentially mess with. I wanted to move this also, and like have it spread across. Have the fluid stretch across both sides of the stuff we got going on over here. All right, what's next on the list? We got sulfur batteries that gave us drones, and it said this is used for fuel for drones, so we would need batteries to be crafted, which is where sulfur would probably come into play. This is interesting. I don't even know what the hell that is. But hover pack, I think we can actually do this. Maybe. I think motors are... We're getting bottlenecked on motors. Maybe we need to look at this because there's that other piece that was slowed down for sure. I remember. And I don't know what the bottleneck is on that. Yeah, these... definitely creating. We need upgrades though. These. So this is coming from down here, which is coming from up here, which is coming from this machine here. It's just slow. So we would want another one of these to process more. I mean, we have no shortage of wire or steel pipe. That is not an issue. And we can, if we can fit it in between here, that would be ideal. I don't think we can. Maybe we can. Worth a shot. We'd have to get steel pipes also feeding up here. That's actually splitting from that. And then we'd split one that way. I mean, it essentially looks kind of doable. Question mark? Well, this is clearly not. It's sitting low. This is sitting low. We'd have to raise this. But I think we've done it over one of these before, haven't we? Like, can I fit this over it? Maybe not. Okay, let me see what we can do here though. We got a little bit of room to work with. If we can, cool. If not, yikes. That's a yikes. Most of them know it's true in the same way they know COVID was true, but they're just careerists who only think about themselves. Yeah. Deniers. Like, how could you not? Like, how? That doesn't logically compute in my head. People who don't believe that COVID is a thing. Maybe there's a faster recipe for these? Stator. There's not. Okay. Unfortunate series of events. We can't fit this in here. I'm stuck. Can't quite fit it in here. Even if we pushed this over, would not fit. I mean, I could essentially throw another one up here. We'd have to move that in an unfortunate way. I'd have to be able to feed it back this way to feed into these machines, which is coming from this, which is technically doable. Technically. So let's try to add that here instead. I think it's not a constructor, right? It's an assembler. One of these boys. Yep. Of course. Of course. It's not going to fit there. However, we can fit one here. We just have to push it over a little bit. For temporary jank's sake, yes. Temporary jank's sake, I have to. And we can feed copper wire. What does this require? Copper wire. And steel pipe. Steel pipe can split off of that thing and come up here. We can do this. We can make this work. And then I can feed the thing back into that. This is going to get a little messy. As opposed to anything else we've done. Or, wait a minute. Oh, that only uses 3. Yeah, that's gonna get crazy if we do it that way. Okay, so let's do this. Alternatively, yeah, that's not really gonna work if I split from that thing. So splitting from this makes sense. Okay. Splitting from this makes sense. It's not really gonna work out too smoothly, I don't think. Unless... Oh, that's gonna block me though. Unless Can we do this? Here. Actually, make that a 3. That'll bring those back in. Then I can do this. This straight this way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. This might have to go back another one. I need enough room to make this fit in a good way. And by good, I mean quote unquote good. Because I also need to feed the other thing. Maybe we could just do it from this end and come up there instead of crossing. Oh, but we need to cross the stators back this way. That was the issue. That's the problem. Which I need a merger to fit these two. Which we can do, actually. This is enough space, quote. No, actually, no. We would need a smart splitter. Oh, but then if that gets backed up, that's going to be an issue. Shoot. Okay, here's what we got. Here, first of all, focused on one thing at a time. This, feed this. This, feed this. This, feed that. That gets me this far. Where's my power at? Okay. So that does that. And actually that does that. This then comes out of this. Oh, look at that lineup. The wind up, the pitch. Well, that didn't quite line up with that. That's fine. That was my intent the whole time. Is this, what is this? Is this a splitter? I mean, if we... Yeah, because that's up there. It's not exactly what I wanted. So we would need a merger here. This is getting weird. It's getting really weird. Merger? I can't see what arrow that is. Yep. Can we connect them like that close? We surely can. So that merges and then splits. We just need to get this one feeding back into this thing, which I think we can do, just in a very unusual way. Actually, let's just go 3 high. Is that our best bet? I think so. I do believe this is where we live. This is where we live now. Just own it. Just absolutely own it. The issue is, can we get back down from here? We can. Oh, baby. Okay, so that feeds those machines. That gets it where it needs to go. We need to feed the steel pipes into this thing. That's the only thing we're missing here, which should be relatively okay, easy, right? It's right here. It's just right there. We'd also have to split from this, or do we have another source of these? I mean, it's all coming down this way, which is coming from these two machines here. So we have a third little nub that we can feed off. Oh, actually, wait. I'm so confused as to what's happening here. Oh yeah, this is going up and out. This is coming out of this machine, splitting up this way. This is a conveyor belt. Oh, duh, because it reverses underneath, because it's feeding like this. Duh?